What's up, guys? How you doing? So I'm sitting here. I just crawled out of bed. Got my little blanket here, keeping me nice and comfy. But the moment I opened my eyes, I decided I'm doing a grab bag search. It's what I want to do. So anyway, let's check out this grab bag. We've gone through similar ones. These envelopes full of supposedly 500 stamps. While they've somewhat had similar contents to each other, I know from going through enough of these bags that there are differences between them, and you can't be sure exactly what you're going to get. So, anyways, without further ado, let's dig right into this bad boy. I hope everybody's been good. I've, turn that over. Had a long week. It's been a scorcher this last week here in Virginia. Many days were over 100 degrees and humid. So, yikes. I mean, I can't even explain how miserable it can be in a hot automotive shop, crouched over a car fresh off the road. Like the amount of sweat that is beading off of your face is unbelievable. Man, hard to work like a really long week. Anyways, seems like it's going to cool down to the 90s or something, so I'm kind of happy about that. So let's take a look at this stuff here, one at a time. Romana, so Romania, I think. Looks like an elephant. Okay. It's gonna just cruise through. See what we got. Australia. I have others from this very same series. This is actually a pretty cool series. I think there's actually some funny ones, and I think that they made it into my Big Giant Worldwide album. Is this one funny? Okay, so he says, "A son to bear my name when I am gone, living and loving, so mooches on. So life mooches on." Okay, so it's like a poem. I'm not gonna. I was wondering if I should type that guy. Jamaica, pretty common stamp. I've seen that one. New Zealand, 75. Crippled Children's Society. Wow. Let's see. Just another word that we consider politically incorrect these days. Crippled, which I'm against that. I personally think there's nothing wrong with the word crippled. Simple, direct language. I like it. And there's no shame attached to it, right? So anyways, yeah, it reminds me of, there was another stamp that's something about help retarded children, something like that. And it's always a tiny little shock when I see it. I'm like, it says retarded. That one says crippled. It's just surprising. The times change, though. So Austria, canceled. One thing I will say that I do like about this guy's grab bags, which I have bought at this point several years ago, is most of the stamps aren't CTOs. If I can recall, I think like some envelopes have more CTOs than others for sure. Like this is probably a CTO from Romania. Here's another one, but this is a Sue sheet. But yeah, he does have a fair bit of actual used stamps. This is probably pretty similar to what my grab bags are like. There will be used, but there will be CTOs, Spain. This is all pretty common stuff so far. What is it, sheep? I guess you call it a sheep. I've seen that one a bunch. Republic of South Africa. This is Jamaica. Okay. I was going to say, don't see a country, so that explains it. It's British. Australia. The personal flag for Australia of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. I'm enjoying this already. I was wondering yesterday what I was going to make a video of this morning, and I literally, I opened my eyes, I'm like, I'm conscious. Okay, it's Sunday. I want to look look at a grab bag. Like, it just came right to me. It's like, it's just what I felt like doing. So here we are. Toothing. That's an oh, tooting. Somebody would giggle about that. There's a place called Tooting. This is a 72 cancel. Okay, so it's British again. Yeah, not sure I've heard of a place called Tooting. Huh. Deutschreich. Interesting. Okay, 41. And this is a semi-postal. Well, that is Nazi era. So I'm kind of... I'm wondering if I should set it aside and put it in my Nazi section. A little splotch on the back. That's sad. But I don't see a swastika. However, we know this should be Nazi era. So I think I'm gonna set that aside, and that definitely has potential to go into my album, my Nazi stamps. Post Canada. I don't know why. I mean, like, clearly that's Nazi era, and it would fit in that section. But for some reason, when I'm looking for Nazi stamps, I'm like, I want them to have a swastika on the stamp. But I guess that isn't totally, every Nazi era stamp, I'm sure, wouldn't have a swastika. Here's Humphrey. Yeah, I was up real late, probably 2 o'clock. It's like 9 o'clock right now. Man, I got this new video game I'm just loving. I know a lot of you don't play video games, but this is different from any other game that I've really gotten into. It's called Satisfactory, and it's a factory building game. It's not like I'm shooting aliens or anything silly. It's like I'm building my own factory, and I think that's Austria. Is that right? I think that's Austria. I'm not sure 100%, but I'm going to go with that. So yeah, anyway, it's just like, it's weird. Like, it's so different for me. Have you guys ever seen, they have video games that, like, teach you how to farm, and they have video games that will teach you how to use the heavy equipment, on a farm. I've seen that one a bunch. And, there's like, I think they call them simulators. Like, there's construction simulators and farming simulators and, flight simulators and all that kind of stuff, which is interesting because those video games are a little bit more educational geared. This one's kind of cool, Hong Kong. So yeah. Anyway, not to blab about video games for too long, but I do love them. I've always loved them. And wow, this is such a weird thing for me, building a factory. I find it, like, incredibly, it's not difficult, but it's complicated, so it's a little hard. There's an awful lot going on, and trying to make, like, everything work as well as I can to be an efficient factory, and how to connect conveyor belts and all this other stuff. It's all weird. So anyway, it's really grasped my curiosity, my interest, and I've just found it, like, super addicting. Oh my gosh, I, like, binged it yesterday. I couldn't help it. It was so fun learning how to do this. So maybe this will be like a new leaf for me. Educational video games. Maybe something I could actually learn from. And maybe it would benefit me somehow. Like, in a way that I won't know in the future. Or who knows. So anyway, kind of excited about it. It's fun. Bummer. So this is Romania. I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like they're printing stamp press sheets. Oh, cool. Sorry for my phone in the background. Not sure what the notifications are. I was diddling with this on the side, trying to get it separated. It looks like it's stuck. Bummer. Newfoundland postage, 5 cents on a Al Cowain sheet. Yeah, if there was one of these that I would want, it would be the Newfoundland stamp. I do like the fish in this block, but what can I say? It's Al Cowain. I mean, not on the top of my list. United Nations, 1960. Hold on, my phone's got me curious. Just email. Neighborhood alert again. I got signed up for, like, some neighborhood alert system or service or something. I'm not sure what happened, but I just started getting these emails, and I get emails whenever there's an alert in the local area. So I'll be at work and I'll get a email and I'm like, what's this? And it says, child abduction in the local area or something. Like, huh? Like, I don't know why this started, but now I'm getting informed about incidents in my local area, which I actually don't mind. But it's just weird. I don't remember signing up for that. So, anyway, 15th anniversary here. Sue sheet, little bend in the corner of what? The United Nations Day? So these must be commemorating. This must be commemorating some older stamps that back when it was the 15th. No, this is the 15th. Yeah, okay. So then these. Yeah, okay. Well, what I'm wondering in my head is if these were already a former issue, but it seems like. So maybe this is a release. These stamps here, a series that was released to commemorate the 15th anniversary, and this souvenir sheet may be just has a printing of them on it. That's just me trying to reason through what this may be, but I don't know for sure. So anyways, Argentina. Okay, I've seen a lot of these. Some of these are recycled in this guy's grab bags, but that one's actually pretty cool. Skateboarding. Another Australia. So I'm noticing a fair bit of Australia in this specific envelope. Yeah. This will probably be a two-part series too. I don't know if I want to go through the whole bag. It actually can take a little bit of time, especially at the pace I'm going. I'm not going super fast, but not super slow, you know? Oh yeah, so I want to mention, I found this thing the other day, and I didn't know what it was. Came across it in a junk car, I was working on. We're not supposed to take stuff out of these repossessed junkers, but we do. It's the truth. So anyway, I found this in the back, and I thought it was like a camera lens, and it ends up that it's actually a desktop magnifier, just like my Lumi Loop, right? But oopsie, this one, why isn't it working? Oh, there you go. It has LEDs inside, so you set it over what you want to look at, and then there you go, it magnifies it. Let's see, I can't tell. Yeah, no, it definitely magnifies it. I don't know what power of magnification this is, but I will say that it seems like the Lumi Loop is a stronger magnification. It's a 10 times, so I'm not sure what this one is, but I was gonna honestly, since I thought it was a camera lens, I was gonna sell it on eBay, and then it took me actually quite a while of looking around to figure out what is this, and I got the LED lights working after a while, and anyway, just kind of had to search my butt off to figure out. They didn't make it, it wasn't even on their website, this Pulp Studio website. Couldn't even find the product. So yeah, it was weird, but I found it, and it's a desktop magnifier. So just a thought, I wanted to share this because, for one thing, it's a new tool that I have, which is neat, but I kind of don't need it. And I was unaware of such a thing. Just the desktop magnifier world. I never heard those terms together. This is, I guess, technically a desktop magnifier too. This Carson Lumi Loop, but I just hadn't heard it called that. So, but interesting, this one being so much bigger, and I would say this one's. Like, if I was trying to check out, this might be better for something like a sheet, trying to see a detail on a sheet, because sheets are bigger. I don't know. Overall, I feel like I'd probably lean towards my Carson Lumi Loop, but it's an interesting thing, so I figured I'd just share that. I haven't looked into what else is out there, But it's just an interesting idea, like, huh, okay, desktop magnifier. We've obviously, if you've watched my channel, you know I've gotten into the desktop microscopes, which are awesome. But for quick, easy magnifier, I guess that would be a pretty cool thing, just have sitting on your desk. I mean, what's the difference between that and a magnifying glass? I don't know. Whatever. I bet maybe something like that, a desktop magnifier, somebody might find preferable to other methods. So, and now that I know such a thing is out there, like a general category of desktop magnifiers, I bet you there's a whole slew of them with different magnifications, probably adjustable, all that kind of stuff that you could use to check out your stamps in more detail if you wanted. So just figured I'd share that. I thought it was cool. I'm going to keep it on my desk, even though I have small expectations I'll even use it. But I got it for free, so I can't complain. Australia. Yeah, and I don't think those are very expensive either. So, probably the Guinea Avion. So maybe I don't know if that's airmail. Not sure. The word avion kind of in my head goes ding 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 for airmail, but yeah, like I said, could be wrong. Interesting backside here. Yeah, it's definitely gummed. I mean, there's no doubt. I was just wondering why it's so light on the edge. I was wondering, it's almost like the gum missed the edge, is what I was thinking, but I can see it all the way to the edge, so... Huh. Okay, let's move on. West Germany here. Wow, that is a bullseye cancel practically. I mean, that is, it's just missing the edge, but that is really, really just right on the stamp. That's actually great placement. Is it 38? 13, 10, 38 perhaps, so 13th of October. Okay, that's super common. Yeah, some of these I'm not going to spend much time with. Deutsche Reich. Interesting. So I do have to mention, I was going to make a video last weekend, and I had a nice 4-day weekend, but of course things went kind of sour for me. I had a power outage because of these severe thunderstorms we've been having on the East Coast here or whatever. And gosh darn it, it knocked my power out for over a day. I had no power for about 30 hours. I lost a bunch of food. It went bad in my fridge, that kind of stuff. I was quite annoyed that that's just how stuff works out, right? It's like Murphy's Law. Gosh dang it. I mean, how could I have predicted the one day I would take a vacation day that the power would go out and I would just be stuck with nothing. At least I had running water, but gosh darn it, it's screwed up my vacation. So anyways, I didn't make a video last weekend because of that. It got all complicated for me too. I sold a necklace on eBay and it turned into this big debacle because I couldn't print a shipping label because I didn't have power, and I had to go back and forth to the post office, and I forgot my wallet and all kinds of stupid stuff. It turned into a total nightmare just to ship out this necklace, but it was expensive and it was important to me that I did it right, and yada yada. Oh, by the way, I'm looking at the stamps while I'm talking too, but I'm just I don't have anything of note to say really. There's like this eBay. If you sell on eBay, I didn't know this. Maybe this is, I don't know how new this is, but if you sell on eBay, I've seen these before a lot. What am I trying to say? If you sell jewelry on eBay, they have some kind of service where I thought I was shipping it directly to the buyer, but they have some authentication guarantee, and apparently instead of it going to the buyer, it went to some kind of hub where they actually open my package and look at my jewelry and verify that it is in fact authentic, and then they put an authenticity card in my package and then mail it from their warehouse to the buyer. So I was like, huh? Like, I didn't know any of that. And I thought that was interesting. And yeah, so just news to anybody. And I guess that's good. That's good for people that are buying jewelry on eBay, because I would definitely be sketched out buying stuff on eBay. You can believe that. My dad has some horror stories of issues he's gone through being gypped by shady buyers trying to return stuff and claiming it's not the item and all that. So to have it authenticated actually was like some blessing out of nowhere. And but see, like, I sold like what did I do? Like a $550 necklace. Well, eBay gouges you, right? They took like $88 for selling fees and whatever their part, of the money. So I'm wondering if the authenticity guarantee was part of that $88. I can only imagine it was, So, ouch. This kind of sucks to pay for that out of the profit, but if it kind of, I guess, makes it all just that much more secure and authentic and safe, then that's great. And not only would they verify that what I'm sending him is real, if he tried to return it, they would also verify that they would open it back up and verify he's sending exactly what he says back to me, which is also interesting as well. So it's actually, I think, a really cool service that I just didn't know about, and I thought I'd mention it. Yeah, eBay is not my go-to for jewelry. I had that necklace up there for like 3 years before somebody finally bought it. So, anyways, I was so glad though. Like, I was stressing out without power. I was like, I've got to get this shipped, and I've got to do it right. I paid $11 extra for $600 worth of insurance on the package too, just to like make sure that nothing went wrong with this, because yeah. Oh, well, so the guy wanted the guy kind of became annoying because he sent me an offer, I accepted, and then he started making requests after I accepted the offer. And he's like, I need the original receipt. I'm like, I don't have the original receipt. I bought the necklace like 7 years ago, dude. I don't have the receipt anymore. He's like, you gotta have the receipt. You gotta, because, this, where I bought it from, is a lifetime warranty, blah, blah, blah. And you need the confirmation or order number to get the warranty, and yada, yada. So anyway, I actually was able to dig up an email, a confirmation email, sent him a screenshot. I was like, hope that helps. And then the next day, I got an email saying someone had spent $15 on my jewelry account, and I was like, what the heck? Like, are you kidding me? He actually is trying to be fraudulent. Well, it turned out he was trying to get a replacement box for the necklace, because I had listed and said that the box was old and tattered. But yeah, he tried to use my account to get a replacement box. And then, so I was freaking out when I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, here we go, fraud, all this stuff. And he ended up, I contacted the company. He was like, do not freaking sell this guy anything on my account. He's not me. It's an eBay buyer. I don't know why he's even messing around trying to, get, like, he couldn't log in to my account, but he had the order number and my name. So I guess that he tried to get stuff with that information, which ultimately did not work for him, thankfully. And he contacted me. He was like, hey, I'm having trouble getting a replacement box through your account. And I'm like, yeah, why don't you make your own account? You can't use my account, And anyway, he wanted me to buy a replacement box on my account and have them ship it to me, and then I would ship him the replacement box, and he would pay me for it. And I was like, you know what? I said, nope, I don't want to be involved at all. I said, just, like, figure out, get your own frickin' jewelry box, okay? Because that's not my obligation. My obligation was to sell you the necklace. I've done that. Like, why would you? Yeah. Anyway, so you guys know what I'm saying. I mean, what kind of two-faced kind of stuff's going on here, and trying to be slippery. I didn't like it. It was annoying, and yeah, so that's the story. Whole debacle just to sell my necklace, and the power being out made it just such a big pain in the butt. So, yikes, that was last weekend for me. Fun, huh? Yeah, but at least I made some money. I really did need the money. After tax and shipping costs and all this and that and blah blah blah. I think I actually netted like or not tax fees and stuff. I think I netted like $450, which is really good. That's kind of the last expensive jewelry piece I had for sale anywhere, so I won't expect that to happen again. I'm trying to. Okay, Silver Jubilee, Morocco. Okay, I was trying to read that little light reflection from my desk lights here. Morocco agencies. Okay, Silver Jubilee with a Morocco overprint. So yeah, that was interesting. But that's okay. I'm here, this weekend to make a video. So feels good. Feels right. One other thing to mention, if you notice, I have like these like gnarly looking big red bumps on my hands and places. I got like attacked by some kind of bug. I don't know what it was, but I was just sitting here at my computer, and I remember going, and it was like, what was that? And then I couldn't find anything, and then like a minute later I was like, and again. I think it was a pincher bug, because I ended up finding one, I think on my hand or something later on. I was like, what the hell, like a pincher bug, what are you doing here? And I never get pincher bugs in this apartment. I don't know where they came from, but I don't know how it got on me, but yeah, whatever. I think I got attacked by a pincher bug, and it got me 3 times. But I'm not sure, though, because they itch like crazy. So I wasn't sure if it was a pincher bug or maybe some kind of like freaking alpha mosquito here, because these bug bites, they are massive. Oh my god, and they hurt, and they itch and all that. They remind me of these are interesting. I went to the Dominican Republic one time, and sitting on those beach chairs, I got attacked by some mosquitoes every now and then. But man, I don't know what it was, what's up with those mosquitoes out there, but they were not normal mosquito bites. They were huge. They're like 3 times the size of a normal little mosquito, and they itch like crazy, and they kind of turn like this dark purple, red purple kind of color after a long time as they were healing. It just took forever to heal. They got me on like my ankles and stuff, and man, those were some of the most miserable mosquito bites I'd ever had. I was on vacation in the Dominican Republic at a resort, just sitting on a beach chair, just getting devoured. And man, so anyway, these bug bites rival the mosquito bites I had in the Dominican. These bites suck. I can tell by how big and hard they are. Like, this thing's like huge. These are big. These are like these big giant ones. I can tell by how they feel and how big they are and how tender and everything. It's going to take like 2 weeks for these to be gone. What luck, Hungary, Norway. So yeah, that's kind of can't really think of anything else to talk about. That's all that's new with me. Bug bites, power outages, annoying eBay buyers. I will say though, when that guy asked me for the original receipt, I was real uneasy about it. Like, I'm not used to people asking me for that. I mean, I've never bought anything. I've bought plenty of stuff on eBay, and I've never bought anything that I can think of that I'm like, you need to give me the original receipt. I mean, if it was important to you that whatever you were buying had some sort of lifetime warranty, why wouldn't you just buy it from the original supplier? Like, I realize it might be cheaper on eBay, but that's kind of the difference of what you're paying for. Like, you can't expect an eBay seller to give you service as if they're the parent company, that made the product. Like, I don't know. It's just that's something. It gets blurry to me in my head when I think about it. Like, yeah, where's the line here? I mean, you want the original receipt. Like, my first thought was, well, definitely not if it has like my credit card number or my information. But anyways, I got it from Blue Nile, which is a pretty good website, and it had very minimal personal info on the screenshot I gave him. So really, all he got was my order number, the amount I paid, what I bought, and my name, not even my address. So, yeah, I thought it would be okay to send him, but yeah, I'm not used to getting requests like that. My camera shut off. So yeah, I don't usually get requests like that. I'm always scared of people trying to use you. You just got to really watch out. But I wish eBay wasn't sketch. This is part of why I like selling stamps on Hipstamp. For one thing, it's just pure stamps, right? I mean, I know there's other stuff too, like postcards or whatever else, I'm sure. What do they call it? Ephemera, just general ephemera. Is that right? Ephemera? Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's right. So, but yeah, eBay is such. There's a lot of people on eBay that if you don't sell on there, you're gonna miss the opportunities to reach the audience and the millions and millions of people that buy on eBay. But I just like the way it is on Hipstamp. It's so much simpler. It's just simpler. It's made and tailored for stamps and stamp sellers and buyers and collectors. It's the right platform. So, yeah. I'm glad that I've been moving away from eBay. I haven't put up a new stamp listing on there in years. Everything has transitioned to Hipstamp. If you want to buy from me, you got to go to Hipstamp, really. That's where all my stuff is, So, like a slogan cancel from Papua New Guinea. I feel a little bit nasally congested, which is normal for me in the morning. Sadly. Belgium. Republic Italiana. 1952. Yet this so far is I'm not really finding anything in this grab bag that's like jumping out at me or anything. Nothing that I'm like, oh wow. This is all pretty standard stuff here. Jamaica, here we go. Ecuador. Okay. Just wondering, it says adicional up at the top. I don't know what that really translates to. Australia. Malaysia. There we go again. That stamp, I believe, is Austrian. South Africa, seen this one a bunch of times. Pouring gold. Oh. It's funny because I've seen this one a bunch, but I don't know if I've ever stopped and read it. I didn't know it was smelt. It looks like they're smelting gold. Smelting is actually a big part of the factory making video game I have now. Getting used to it. Like I have to mine iron, and from the the iron ore goes into a smelter and turns it into iron. I can't remember the name. Ingots, iron ingots, and then the iron ingots can get turned into all kinds of other stuff, pipes and screws and rods and anyway. So, apparently in this game, I can take my factory. It goes all the way into some kind of space age stuff, so it goes really, really far. I go into space even. So right now I'm just like digging holes on the ground. I'm at the very beginning stage. So yeah, basic elements. I can mine limestone because I need to make concrete, and I can mine sulfur, and I have to convert. I have to go around and pick up wood and leaves and stuff because I need biomass to power my generators to run all my smelters and constructors and all this other stuff. It's really weird. So yeah. Fun. Can't get it out of my head, honestly. I haven't been so surprised by a game in such a long time. Maybe it's because it's actually mentally stimulating and I have to think instead of just like, oh, shoot the alien in the head. Like, nope, I need to think, how can I get this conveyor belt fed around or over this mountain so I can connect it, like that kind of stuff. It's cool. It's cool. Nigeria. Yeah, I'm just so glad to be sitting here in the air conditioning. Here's something that maybe you guys would have input on. So I was talking to my coworkers, and I've been wondering what's the most energy efficient thing to do as far as AC, because I decided at some point, like a few months ago now, when I would leave my apartment and go to work, I shut my AC, I shut the climate control off. Just shut it off. Like, why even have it on? I'm not going to be here for about 10 or 11 hours. And what's the point of having the AC run all day while I'm gone? I thought, well, I'll probably save money. Well, my coworker said that's probably wrong, that it actually would save me money to leave it on all day, because I told him, it's been 100-degree days, right? So when I get home, it's like 80 degrees in the apartment. I have to run it for like a half hour to get down to like 69, which is where I want it to be. And he said, yeah, running it like that for 30 minutes straight just to get it back to temp, he's like, that's going to use more energy than if you had just left it on 70 or something all day. And then all it would have to do would be to come on to maintain the 70, and it would run for such a short amount of time compared to a whole 30 minutes of running to bring the whole apartment down to temp. I found it an interesting point that he made. I took it to heart. I'm like, he may be right. I'm not this is my first apartment. I've never been a homeowner. That is another Nazi-era semi-postal as well. I'm going to put that with the other one. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Is it more energy efficient to simply maintain and to leave the AC on in the apartment and maintain it all day, or is it more energy efficient, in your opinion, to shut it off completely and then just turn it on when you get home? I'm kind of curious, I could go and look this up in Google, and I'm sure there's videos about this. I doubt I'm the first person to think about it. But yeah, I'm just curious if anybody has any input. Let me know in the comments. I decided to take his advice. For one thing, he's like twice my age, so he's been around, and he's relatively intelligent. So I was taking his points, and I was really, really thinking about it. I'm like, he might be right, Maybe I'll just plus then it'll be cooler when I just walk into my apartment, which would be nice too. I'm just trying to save some money, So I am not Harry homeowner. I have a lot of learning to do as far as houses go. But Canada here, 1970 Christmas. Okay, it does kind of look like it. That's like a children's painting. Look at this one. That's another children's painting. Yep. Yeah, I have a... Let's see. I still have this cover from the last video I did sitting in my face. I still kind of need to do more research on that. Sure was glad to find that cover. That was cool. Sweden? what is that? I'm not sure. It's like stars coming down. You see that? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Christmas, Australia, Ghana. Yeah, super common. Some of this is like, yeah, like all these. It's like common, super common. Now we're spending a whole bunch of time on. Antigua. I've been there. I like Antigua. It's a nice place. Australia again. I think that's a clownfish. I don't know, because the color of the stripes doesn't match any clownfish I've seen, but I know... No, maybe that's not a clownfish. Oh, it says right here, anemone fish. Okay, that's weird, because I was just going to say, don't clownfish live in those stinging anemones or whatever? Those stinging coral plants or whatever they are? I don't think they're coral, but... and clownfish intentionally live in them so that the predators don't get them, but they have a symbiotic relationship with the anemone, but I'm not sure... They're like the ones that are famous for that, and I'm not sure I've seen another fish that lives on those. And wow, the stripes on this remind me of a clownfish. It's clearly the wrong color. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, perhaps there's just other fish that live on anemones. Interesting. And I mean, considering this is actually called an anemone fish. Anemone. Am I saying that right? Anemone. Anemone? No, I was saying it wrong. Anemone. Anemone? Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, let's move on. I thought it was anemone. Oh my God. This is going to screw with me. Anemone. 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 Ay, ay, ay. Will I ever get that right in my brain? Alright. Norway. That Norway stamp with a little bit of trash on my desk. Thailand. Okay. Let's see what's next. New Zealand. Two. How did I say that? Did I do good? Did I do well? Republic Austria. Okay, Austria. I was wondering if it was semi-postal. Not sure. I don't think so. Philippines. Heart Center. Pineapple. You know, I saw a video the other day of they had some human parasites in a petri dish under a microscope, and they introduced pineapple juice, and you could kind of watch. You could see as the pineapple juice dispersed into the liquid holding the human parasites, and it killed all of them. And the video was saying how pineapple juice is great for ridding your body of parasites, which is interesting. Honestly, that's something that I keep hearing about, is parasites building up in your body, and you're not supposed to like I literally this morning I just saw on Instagram a video about bears getting parasites from salmon. And I mean, they have the freshest salmon you can get, right out of the stream or whatever. But I won't show a clip. I could easily edit one in, but it was disgusting. I mean, these black bears are walking around with long white parasites, like 3 meters, hanging out of their butts, dragging on the ground, and they're parasites from the salmon that they're eating. And, ooh, boy, that was a really gross video to see. And they had a whole bunch of clips. It's a pretty common thing, apparently. And they're super long, these parasites. I mean, they're like tapeworms. And yeah, it made me feel all gross inside. Like, ooh, I totally enjoy eating some sushi, and I eat salmon. I actually think salmon is incredibly healthy. It's a really, really good choice of food to eat. But just like kind of anything, I mean, yeah, you've got the risk of, contaminants of some sort. And we all, well, anybody who knows about fish, yeah, I mean, there's definitely parasites in fish. There's no doubt about it. But usually they get killed when you cook them on the pan. You fry them up. I mean, a lot of food has parasites. It's just kind of the reality. Um, it's just not a perfect world. It's just like we're allowed to have, a certain amount of, what was it, like bugs and, rat feces and stuff in our food. Like there's allowable tolerances according to the government of how much of that can be in their products, and it's because you can't avoid it. It's just the way it is. And yeah, so anyways, the parasites one. That's one that I keep hearing, and it kind of like lingers in the back of my head, and I wonder if I have any parasites wriggling around inside of me. Like ugh. And what would I do to get rid of them? I mean, like I drink a lot of lime juice, like lime water. I mean, and lemon water. Like, is that good? And what about apple cider vinegar? Like what could I actually eat if I did have parasites that would kill the parasites in my stomach, or in my body? I don't know, but I've never had any indication I have any kind of parasite. But it's just a thought that I have, like, yeah, there's a chance. I mean, and one thing that sticks with me too, the reason I'm blabbing about this, while this may be a gross topic for some of you, is because I actually do think about this. I genuinely kind of worry, like not really worry, but like, I don't know, it's just something, excuse me, it's something that I actually kind of think about sometimes, honestly. And because the thought that I was thinking of was that I have heard so many times at this point in my life about getting parasites from dogs and cats, two of our favorite freaking animals. So many people have dogs, so many people have cats. Well, there's like this one parasite you can get from your cat that can kill you, and it can make you go blind or something like that as well. And like half of cat owners have it. Like literally half of cat owners have this parasite from their cat. Something like that. So, and then dogs, apparently, see, I struggle a little what to believe, because I'm not an expert, of course, in this kind of stuff whatsoever, but somebody was saying dogs also give parasites, and that you shouldn't let them lick your face, and dogs or cats, don't let them lick your face, which of course that's like a huge one for dogs, because yeah, they can give you parasites that way. And but that conflicts with what I was kind of told as a young boy, was like old-fashioned kind of notion of, hey, if you got hurt out on the farm, it's okay to let your dog lick your wound because their saliva is actually cleaner than ours, and them licking the wound is like their natural way of tending to the wound, of cleaning the wound. And even though dogs lick their butts and all this other stuff and are filthy animals sometimes, their mouths and their saliva are surprisingly clean, and if you had nothing, it would be better to let a dog lick your wound than to just do nothing about a wound. And so that was like what I had heard when I was growing up. I'm like, oh, wow, of course, there you go. Just man's best friend. This is another reason why. It's like, huh. But then I hear things like this, like don't let dogs lick your face or wound or any of that because they have parasites. Like, okay, well, nice counterpoint. I don't know what to believe, but some things in life seem like common sense, like what kind of cooking oils are bad for you, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't need to be an expert. We all know that highly refined oils are bad for you compared to like freshly like cold pressed olive oil or extra virgin olive oil, that kind of stuff, right? But that's just like simple. Like I don't need to be an expert to know that. It just makes common sense, right? Well, it makes common sense to me that that dogs and cats definitely have parasites, and that we might get them. So yeah, anyway, weird. Enough about parasites. It's something that I do think about, and I wonder, if I could just snap my fingers and have an answer of, do I have any? Is there any parasites in me? Yeah, I just wonder. I wonder. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The final point on that. I saw recently the post that was telling me not to let dogs lick my face. The guy had actually lost. The guy ended up losing all of his limbs, his arms and his legs, because of whatever parasite it was. That was a freaky picture. I was looking at it like, holy crap, Wow. Just because he let his dog lick his face, he lost his arms and legs. Ugh. If there is a God out there, what the heck? What the heck, man? So, yeah, just more common stuff here. Easter 76. It's kind of, honestly, this bag isn't really knocking my socks off here. This is, I'm not really seeing anything that's like grabbing my interest too much. None of this is horrible. Nice thing is, like, none of these seem to be in tattered, really bad condition. South Africa again. This one's super common as well. Is that? Yep, South Africa. Yep. Oh, this one's actually kind of cool. Bulldog. I like these dogs. My mom used to have a friend that had one of these, and they make funny sounds, and they're just fun dogs. They're cute little things. Cool. A good personality, I think. Norway. Yeah, I'm defrosting a big old beef brisket, and I actually have like no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I just have something in my head about I'm going to slow cook it, and that's all. That's all I have planned. I need to make something for lunch next week. Yeah. I'm still not sure. I guess I might. I've got some potatoes, carrots, and celery. So yeah, that all sounds like I've got the makings for a kind of your basic meat stew. Maybe I should do something like that. Today being lazy day, I think I'm gonna, like slow cooking sounds like a nice, easy, lazy way to make some food. And since I'm trying not to blow money, I'm trying to free up some freezer space and use stuff I've had frozen for God knows how long. I was thinking, like this big brisket I have looks freezer burned because I've had it in there for so long. But I wonder if it'll really even matter if I slow cook something for 8 hours. I have a feeling that the whole freezer burn thing isn't really going to matter. It's just not going to matter. It's not like a horrible freezer burn, but it has some. So anyway, that's kind of my plan, is to try and save this brisket I've had frozen for too long by doing some kind of slow cooker recipe here. So that's what's on the plan. Maybe I'll put it on some white rice. It might work. It might work. One thing I always love to do too, I was thinking I could make coconut rice. You just use coconut milk in place of the water or at least most of the water, to cook your rice, and then you've got this really beautifully done coconut rice that has this really light, clean, beautiful coconut flavor to it. I've always loved coconut rice. That's some really good stuff. Big fan. I could scarf down an entire bowl of just plain white rice on its own, to be frank anyways. I love rice. I also love pasta, which is probably part of my obesity. I'm definitely overweight at this point. I beat myself up about it fairly regularly too. But it's all in good fun. Like, I'm just trying to live life and enjoy life, and whatever my lifestyle is right now, it doesn't include breaking my back in the gym anymore. I've done it. I used to do it. I did it for years. I know what it is to make the effort. I know what it is to be in shape. And apparently at this point in my life, I have just simply lost the desire, or the discipline, the determination, and whatever you want to call it, to work out on a regular basis. I just don't feel like it. I just don't. And so, yeah, over the years, I've slowly been bulking up, getting a little bit more pudgy bit by bit. I'm still capable. I'm still strong. I can run a mile, but I will be completely gassed out after a mile. My endurance is just shattered. And having been a boxer, oh my God, I'm just like, I feel like a shell of my former self. I mean, honestly, I like this one. But yeah, I mean, I'm still, I'm 36 now. I mean, there's nothing to say I can't just turn this right around. I'm not that old yet. That it's not like I can't work out and lose a bunch of weight. I do it every now and then. I'll go on a diet and I'll start working out and I'll shed 20, 30 pounds. And then I kind of realize, oh yeah, I don't want to just work out for the rest of my life. So then I stop and then I gain it all back. So, at least I know that I can lose the weight. If I try, I will. And I know how to. But dang it, I just don't freaking feel like it. I don't want to. From a kind of adult point of view, I mean, being in shape definitely makes sex better. But yeah, even that, I don't know if it's really, really worth it. I don't get that much action, to merit being in shape all the damn time. So anyway, it's like, whatever. I guess I'm just getting older. We change as we grow, right? Like I'm always saying, man, I'm just trying to find some kind of happy balance in life. Like a balance between stamps, a balance between work, a balance between fun, between health. Just trying to find some sort of happy balance. And yeah. I guess currently I'm just not including exercise in my lifestyle, and that's on me. Yeah, I do wonder though. At some point, I'll have to kind of give in and just like lose weight because even though I'm like I have a pretty good body, I've always been fairly athletic and stuff. Just thankfully, naturally, and I have like I don't know how to say this. I mean, I have faith in myself, like, even though I'm probably 60 pounds overweight from where I'd be, like, looking really good with, a six-pack. So I'm far from what I used to be, but I'm still strong enough. I'm still, like, I'm limber enough. Like, I can do my job no problem. Like, I'm just not a weak guy. So even though I am overweight, I think that I actually carry it pretty well. Like I'm still pretty fast. I can still jump pretty far. I'm pretty strong. So I think that I'm just not old enough yet for the extra weight that I have on me to really weigh me down too much. Like, it's a little annoying if, let's say, I need to, like, I don't know, tie my shoe or something. I'll be like, I have a bit more of a belly than I used to, but I can still tie my shoe, you know? Like, I can still get on my back and, like, crawl underneath the dashboard of a car. You know, I'm not some gigantic guy, but that was actually kind of cool. But yeah, I just wonder at some point, like, the age will catch up with me and I'll become less athletic, less capable. And I think at that point, whenever that I hit that kind of crossroad, when age takes me there, having an extra 60 pounds would actually be a huge inconvenience and make things that much harder for me. But yeah, I'm just not there. I mean, I don't even know when that would be. Like 50s? 60s? I'm pretty sure. Maybe even like mid 40s. Maybe in another 10 years, my body will fatigue enough from age that having an extra 50 or 60 pounds on my frame is truly an annoyance that it merits, you know, that I would need to lose the weight in order to maintain my capability. So yeah, it's just like long-term thinking for me. Like, yeah, drinking and ordering food and being lazy, even though I worked hard all day, you know, like I feel like I've like taking care of my manly duties. You know, I'm a responsible adult to some extent. Where even though I don't have a healthy lifestyle as far as food in the last like 5 years. You know, I'm still fully capable. Yeah, it's just weird to think about. I'm gonna just like move on to something else to talk about. But yeah, I worry about me and my laziness as I get older, that it's gonna all compound to be annoying. But you know, the hope for me would be, I tell you what, I don't want to be turning wrenches when I'm 50. I don't want to be turning wrenches when I'm 60. I mean, good grief. Crap. But, you know, I think I shot myself in the foot by not saving for retirement from an earlier age. Whereas now I am, and I'm realizing, oh my God, like, as far as Social Security and retirement and all that, I have done almost practically nothing until I was like 35 years old. I mean, I feel like I'm so behind most people that ultimately what this means is I screwed up and I'm going to have to work into old age because I don't have enough money to comfortably retire. And I haven't been paying into Social Security because I've been doing an independent contractor payment set up for like 15 years. So I hadn't even been paying into Social Security. So I feel like that when I come of age to get Social Security, that I'm going to get even less. I'm pretty sure I just read the other day that the average American gets about $1,200 a month from Social Security. So me having not contributed for a large chunk of my early youth, I assumed that whatever my number would just simply be smaller than that. So yeah, I kind of worry about the future. You know, I like at some point my brain fully formed. You know, and I became conscious enough. Like, got through the teenage years and took my blinders off, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grow old. I need to prepare. You know, and now I just kind of worry that I shot myself in the foot, and I'm gonna have a really hard time retiring unless I get lucky and win the lottery, you know. So, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm conscious and I'm trying. There's a lot of people out there that don't even try, don't care, you know. That just kind of live blindly, live day by day, check by check, and I think that's a lot of people. But so it's, you know, it's amazing just to. I know that I'm talking a lot here, but these thoughts are just running through me. I can't help it. So, it's really easy to judge other people, and from afar, I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time, but nobody knows anybody else's situation, what they've gone through. We all have our own lives to to live, and at least I'm trying, because, you know, it's easy to bash yourself. I find it easy to poo on myself, frankly, like self-deprecating, that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of people do that. We're very critical of ourselves, and other people. And I feel like just being judgmental is just like kind of like human nature. It's just how we are. We're always comparing ourselves to each other. You know, covet thy neighbor's goods, that kind of stuff. And I think we just need to take it easy. Take it easy. Like I'm over here. I've screwed up for 15, 20 years there. I didn't prepare myself for the end of my life, for retirement. Well, hey, at least I am now. It's like you need to have that positive mental attitude, that positive perspective. Like, there's people that never care. Well, at least I do now. At least I'm trying now. Every check, something goes into retirement now. Like at least I did get my head out of my a-hole and am doing something for the betterment of the future, So yeah, it's like I bash myself, say, hey, why didn't I do better? Well, hey, at the same time, at least I'm doing something about it now. I am probably my own harshest critic. Yeah, I've learned over time I need to try to be a little bit nicer, a little easier on myself. Life is complicated. Nobody has the answers to any of the important questions. The world is a big effing mess. I mean, for the most part, like, this is the best we can do, folks. Like, take a good look around. Take a good look around the globe, around the world. This is the best we can do, So be thankful for what you can be thankful for, and, the bad things, the negatives, the self-judgment, the negative thoughts, any of that. Take it all in stride, like, don't beat yourself up too much. It's a crazy thing that any of us even exist and are walking around. I mean, to even be alive is like cosmically, like the odds of even existing are so unbelievably infinitesimal, so small that every single one of us walking around is a full-fledged miracle that we even exist in the universe. So just remember that, like, you are one of the most unique organisms in existence. Like, we don't even know if there's other, there we go, getting aliens or something. But I mean, don't forget, like, each one of us is a full-blown frickin' miracle. And I don't mean that in a biblical sense. I just mean, like, it's absolutely unbelievable that we are even here. And yeah, so not to keep going forever, but like, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy life. We'll make mistakes. It's all good. If you can do better, try to do better. But yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, I'm not perfect. I look back just like everybody. There's all kinds of things I would change about my life, decisions I would make differently without question. But you can't. There's nothing you can do. Just take it all in stride. Keep your chin up. Be happy. Live life. Enjoy yourself. So that's kind of how my thoughts round out here. Anyways, we're done looking at the grab bag. I will say that I really actually did not find anything that kind of floated my boat out of this grab bag here. This was all kind of a bunch of pretty common stuff, frankly. So anyways, I do like these, and I think that these may have a place in my Nazi section. So I'm going to set these aside. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Be well. I'll see you. Okay? Bye-bye.